Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today we're going to be asking you a question: which business should you open? A truck driving company or a truck driving school? So a lot of people get into getting a CDL for a simple reason where they want to be an entrepreneur. They want the ability to make as much money as they can, as much money as they want, and they want the freedom to choose which way they want to go. So a lot of people go for the truck driving company route simply because they don't know anything else. So the cool thing about what we designed is, hey, let's design a program where we can actually help people open up their own truck driving school. And that's why we decided to franchise our business. And today I'm going to kind of give you the pros and cons, a very short kind of overview, and we'll go in much more detail in future videos itself on what's better for you. If you're getting your CDL license anyway, should you open up a truck driving company or should you open up a truck driving school? Let's talk about it. So, truck driving company is a very cool way to kind of get yourself going. It is, it has pros and cons, just like everything else, right? Now, first I want to tell you that, of course, I'm biased. I don't own a truck driving company. There is a reason why that is, right? Because if you really think about it, I have everything that I need to actually own a truck driving company. I create the drivers, so I can pick up the best drivers for myself and put them in my trucking company. I could purchase trucks since I purchased trucks for the actual driving school itself, and I can find loads because I have enough connections in the industry, and it's very easy for me just to get it going. But if you understand that, hey, I can have a trucking company but I don't, there has to be a reason behind it. So, and again, this is not to persuade you one way or the other, it's just to tell you my opinion and my facts. But for instance, trucking company is really cool because it's relatively a low startup cost. So if you don't really have too much money, it's a great way to kind of get yourself started in a company. Starting yourself, kind of being a one-man show. You don't really have to deal with any kind of employees, and you get to kind of make some pretty good money going and traveling around the country. Now, if you decide to get bigger than that, say you want to start expanding, that's when you really have to weigh it out. So if you're really tight on a budget, trucking company is definitely the way to go, because opening up a truck driving school is going to cost you a little bit more. When it comes to opening up a Driving Academy franchise, it will be anywhere from $250,000 to $450,000. Included in that fee, there's a $50,000 franchise fee that would come to us, so we can actually help you open up and coach you through this entire process itself. And if you want more information on the franchise, you want to give us a call, 908-525-3609. Just tell us that you're interested in learning more about the franchise opportunity. We'll give your number to our franchising team, and then you'll definitely be getting a call very, very soon. But let's weigh out the options. So if you're tight on money and you just want to be a one-man show, you don't want any employees, definitely go with a truck driving company route, because like I said, you get to kind of control your future, you get to make some pretty good money, and everything, all the liabilities down because you control everything. Now the problem is, if you decide to expand to multiple trucks, now you really have to start weighing out your pros and cons. So for instance, for me, if I was to start a trucking company, I wouldn't just be myself. I would hire a bunch of drivers out there and get to going, because I like doing things big. At the end of the day, we have 24 hours in the day. If you do something small or do something big, it's the same hours. Why not do big things in the same amount of time, right? So that being said, the biggest difference is going to be your liability, and it's also going to be kind of profit margins, and we'll kind of explain those too. So when it comes to expanding a trucking company, the first thing you have to worry about is insurance. Just to give you simple numbers, a very reasonable truck insurance for a trucking company, and this is a very good rate in the New Jersey area. You're talking about $20,000 per year to insure one truck, right? The same truck in a truck driving school will be about $7,000 per year. Again, this is New Jersey numbers. Every state's going to be a little bit different. So why do you think the insurance company is going to charge you so much less in a truck driving school when there's students versus a truck driving company when there's actual truck drivers out there? Well, one is going to be for the liability and the risk. So the higher the risk, the more you're going to pay. And that is the main reason why I don't own a trucking company, because the liability is super, super high. To kind of give you an example, you are controlled by the insurance company under the truck driving company world, right? So that means you have to produce a lot of money with that truck just to pay the insurance company just to break even. And that's just one way to kind of look at it. The other thing is, when you actually purchase trucks and get people on the road, the real way to make money with truck driving is that spreading the trucks all over the place. So that means you want to drive more miles so you can move more loads, which means you're traveling more distances, which means it's a higher risk because there's a lot more variables out there in the country. And that's why the insurance companies charge so much more. When you're talking about a truck driving school itself, the risk is much less because we're not driving across state lines. We're not driving hundreds and hundreds of miles a day. We're keeping our students within the same kind of road route that is always happening. There's always control. There's always an instructor there. So the risk, even though that they're students, is much, much less because there's a lot less variability. To kind of give you an example, I've heard it many times from trucking company owners where the hardest part of owning a trucking company is actually finding good, reliable drivers. Because if you do want to expand, one of the challenges that you're going to see is the fact that it's very hard to find good, reliable drivers. Now here at Driving Academy, we produce drivers every single day. Are they good and reliable? That's everybody's own personality. But once they get their license, they're qualified and ready to rock and roll because we give them our stamp of approval of good training. That being said, kind of think about this overall picture. When you hire a truck driver for the first time, you're going to say, okay, here's the keys. Please, please, please don't mess up my livelihood. Because what you're going to do is you give them the keys to a $100,000 truck. Then all of a sudden, this truck, you have payments for it, you have insurance costs, you have all this stuff built up. They're going to do a few runs for you. Everything's going to be okay until it's not. They're going to make a silly mistake. They're not going to do their pre-trip inspection. You're going to get into an accident, and all of a sudden, that truck is now out of commission. Those payments still keep going, right? You have to find yourself another driver, but in the meantime, you have to repair this truck, and the costs just keep adding up and adding up and adding up. In the truck driving school side, it doesn't work that way, right? And because it is, like I said, a lot less risk, you can actually have trucks rotating much more often with a lot less repairs, which means your trucks are actually being more active in the business moving forward. So the simplest reason, like I said, if you have limited funds and you just want to start your own business and be a one-man show and you don't want to grow this empire, then definitely go the truck driving route. If you are somebody who has a bigger appetite, you want to do things bigger, you want to be able to make more money, keep more money in your pocket, I told you the one simple cost is insurance, right? The insurance alone is going to kind of give you an idea of what the margins look like in each business itself. And then in that case, if you want to build that empire, we have the blueprint to help you grow that truck driving school company much bigger and much more profitable than anybody who would be doing a trucking company itself, right? So I hope you kind of understood what we were saying here. If you want to go into more detail, we can't promise you any kind of profits or how much money you're going to make or anything like that, because that's going to be depending on how much how much of the work you do and how much you follow our guidelines. But if you follow our guidelines, we can guarantee that you're going to be a very, very happy person. So again, if you are interested in opening up a truck driving school or even a truck driving company, we can help you out with that too. You want to give us a call, 908-525-3609, to kind of give you an idea. If you want to open up the truck driving company and you're a one-man show, you're going to want at least $50,000 of yourself to get yourself started, simply because the truck prices are increasing dramatically. If you want to open up a truck driving school, you want to have at least $100,000 liquid to get yourself started in there with access to more. Maybe you want to get a loan or anything like that to actually open up and have the whole startup cost there as well. So one more time, give us a call, 908-525-3609, and I hope that this helped you out. Have a good one. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.